All right, folks, it is time to get started for today's exclusive HEYO webinar entitled The Quick Way to Build a 1,000-Person List in an Industry That Doesn't Know You Yet. My name is Chris Rieger, and I run social media strategy here at HEYO, and I am really excited to be able to share this content with you today. I put this deck together myself, and I based it on a few specific strategies that I've used to grow an email list very quickly. And so my goal today is to teach you these few strategies, along with some principles that you can apply over and over again so that you can do the same thing. That is my entire goal today. And I am behind closed doors in a little conference room at my office. And I've got this goal right now of drinking 100 ounces of water a day. And so I have my trusty water bottle here right beside me. So because I like to talk to begin with, and I'm on a webinar, so I'm going to be talking a lot. So hopefully I won't get too parched. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, I want to start out by saying thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, I am really excited about this webinar. I really enjoy getting to connect with you guys, our actual customers and folks in our community, to have a dialogue and a conversation around social media marketing and growing our email list, because I know that's important to all of us. So a few shout outs again to folks who've joined early. We've got Amanda here from Chicago. We've got Luke from Ottawa. We have Igor here from Slovenia. Igor, it's great to have you join us. We've got Jerry here from Massachusetts, Vanessa from Athens, Georgia. We've got Kapil from India. Kapil, it must be super late where you are. Thank you so much for joining us. Lucia from Oakland, California, and many, many other folks joining us as well. Thank you so much for doing so. So to make sure we're on the same page, first of all, I'll just tell you, here's how you communicate with me throughout the webinar. You're going to use the questions panel within GoToWebinar to communicate with me. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you to do that right now. If you can hear me clearly and see this slide clearly, please type in "go" in the GoToWebinar questions panel to let me know that you are ready to go. Oh, wow, you guys are doing awesome. Go, 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 go. Mark says, cool beans, go. Okay, good. We are a go, as they say. So here's my goal. In the next 35 minutes, I want you to learn first how to steal your competitor's list, but in a totally open and honest way. I'm going to teach you a strategy for how you can identify who's sending traffic and email leads to your competitors, and how to try to circumnavigate that traffic back to your website. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've done it very successfully many times. I'm going to share my favorite strategy for building your email list, and then I'm going to teach you the one button that you can click that will double your new email leads. And I'll, of course, save time for live Q&A at the end. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Chris. As I said, I run social media strategy here at HEYO. I'm at Chris Rieger on Twitter. HEYO is a platform for running social media campaigns and contests like giveaways, photo contests, group deals, and other promotions that build your email list and drive more social media engagement. And we are all about small business. Our customers tend to be small businesses and agencies and social media consultants that serve those small businesses. So we are really grateful to have thousands of customers who use our product and have a lot of success doing it. And like I said, I am tremendously excited to be here with you guys today. So now that you know a little bit about me, I would love to know a little bit more about you guys as well. So I'm going to launch a quick poll. Let me know directly on the poll, who are you? And if you would just select one of the following choices, that would be great. Are you a startup? Is it just you, and do you have less than $100,000 in revenue annually? Are you a small or medium business that maybe has fewer than 10 employees? Or are you a large business with more than 10 employees and more than $500,000 in revenue annually? If so, congratulations, that's great. Or finally, are you an agency? Do you work with clients? So that would be like an agency, a social media consultancy, or some other business where you're actually executing on marketing campaigns directly for your clients. So what type of business are you? We're at about 70%, and I'd really love it if we could get to 80% at least. So keep going, guys. Make sure you pick an option here. And as you're taking a minute to think about it, maybe you have to think about this and before you answer, and that's fine if you do. But as you're taking a moment to go ahead and vote in the poll, and I will share these results with you, let me also remind you to make sure you focus in on my screen. Do your best to stay focused during this webinar. I'm going to try to move quickly. But again, this is your time to invest in yourself and learning new strategies. I just encourage you to do that. Okay, guess what, guys? We are at 80%. See, if I wait and I'm patient, that always works. So here are the results of our poll. So 38% of you would call yourselves a startup. 32%, about a third of you, are a small or medium business with up to 10 employees. 21% of you would call yourselves a large business, and exactly 10% of you would consider yourself an agency. So you're working with clients. Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. So that way we know a little bit about each other, which I really like. Now let's dive right in and get going with part one, how to steal your competitors' list. So the first thing I'm going to do is teach you guys how to target bloggers who've written about your competitors. That is the goal of this strategy. We want to start sending traffic and leads that are going to our competitors to our website instead. So we're going to do that, okay? So here are some of the tools I use for the job. And I'm recording this webinar today, so don't stress too much about having to scribble down notes about everything you see on the slides, okay? But these are some of the tools I use for the job. Follow.net, SimilarWeb, LinkedIn Pulse. These are all great tools you're going to hear me talk about today. So the first thing that you're going to do is need to identify who is sending traffic to your competitors. So I'm going to use one of these tools right now called SimilarWeb to show you how to do exactly that. So here is their website. And again, watch my screen carefully as I take you through this. So this is a company called SimilarWeb, and basically I can punch in the name of any URL right here and get some information about that website. So I'm going to go, let's say that this company, who's a small business CRM called Batchbook, let's say that this is our competitor, okay, batchbook.com. Cool little company, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and I just copy their URL, and I'm simply going to paste it here into the field on SimilarWeb. So this is like my step one when I want to steal traffic and leads from my competitors. Okay, so SimilarWeb gives me some information about Batchbook. It tells me their site ranking. It tells me their traffic. How would you guys like to know the traffic that's going to your competitors' websites? Right? That'd be pretty great. Tells me some information about who's visiting their site. This is kind of cool, right? And now here's where it starts really getting interesting. Traffic sources, traffic that's getting there directly. And then you'll notice that a third of their traffic is coming from referrals. These are other websites sending them traffic. And this exactly right here is what we are going to attack. So if I scroll down once more, I see their top referring sites. Top referring sites. So the number 3 referring site, let's see, number 1 is, it looks like Mad Office. Number 2, AppCenter.Intuit. Number 3 is a blog called The Drifting Desk. The Drifting Desk. So I'm going to go ahead and visit there. thedriftingdesk.com. So I've now identified, now remember, a third of their traffic, this set website right here, is coming from referrals from other websites. So what SimilarWeb is showing me is where, what other websites are sending them the most traffic. Top referring sites, one of the top 5 is thedriftingdesk.com. Pretty cool, right? Did you guys know you could do this? Did you guys know you could do this? Maybe not, right? So, okay, great. So now we've identified who is sending them traffic. Step 2 is to actually get their email address. So here is how you do this. So I've now identified a website that is sending traffic to my competitors, and I want to reach out to them and get them to promote me instead. Maybe write an article or publish an article about me instead. So how do I get their email address? Well, step 1 is very simple. Search their website. Most blogs and websites are going to post contact information somewhere on the site. Okay, here's a little snapshot from the Next Web, for those of you that like the Next Web, that tells them to do, tells you exactly that. So this guy's an author for the Next Web, Abhimanyu, and here's his contact information. They actually give you a link to email him, and there's his email address. So that's pretty awesome. So often you can just find an email address right on their site. If you can't do that, find a contact form. Usually there's a contact us area on the site that will give you the option or the ability to send them a quick message. And you know what? I would say at least half the time I get a response when I do this. You want to just send them a quick message that says, hey, ping me when you get this. I've got an idea I wanted to run by you, or something really simple like that. So that's option 2. Option 3 is, and this is one you might not think of, but just tweet to them. If you can find a Twitter account, send them a quick one-line tweet that just says, like in this case, we're tweeting to Melissa Thompson, at Mel Thompson 88, have an idea to run by you. What's the best email to send a screenshot to? Send them a quick one-liner like that to get a response. Don't worry about explaining everything in that one tweet. That's kind of like a third option if you can't find their email address or a contact form. And then my fourth option, and this is like, I've been spending too much time on this now, my last resort is to use mailtester.com and guess. Now, for those of you that haven't used mailtester.com, here it is. And it's this super simple site where I just pop in an email address and it actually will tell me if that is valid or not. So if I wanted to write, let's say I wanted to write Jeff Bezos, who runs Amazon. I might try jeff@amazon.com. I click check address. It takes a moment and it tells me, boom, they checked the entire email address and this is a valid email address. So that very well may be the CEO of Amazon's email address, jeff@amazon.com. There you go. So yeah, when all else fails, I use mailtester.com. Okay. All right. So real quick, I like a little feedback in the GoToWebinar questions. If you're with me right now and you like what you're hearing, type in I'm with you or just with you in the GoToWebinar questions. Awesome. Tim, Suzanne, Katie, Seth, Janine, got it. I'm with you, with you. I'm with you. Ben says, I'm with you, Captain. All right. All right, Ben. Hoist the mainsail. Here we go. Okay. So again, here are some of the tools that I use for the job, right? This is how I get their email addresses. So let's look at our example real quick. Let me go back to, okay, here's the drifting desk. Here's the drifting desk. All right. This is a blog. Unbelievable. They're sending a lot of traffic to batchbook.com. Her name's Lisa. This is what she does. She's got a little email capture form right here. I don't see, I like to scroll down to the footer usually if I don't see it near the top. I don't see any obvious, I don't see any obvious like email address posted, but I do see about me, hire me, and contact. So I'm going to click contact. Hopefully this loads. Maybe I should have tried this before the web. Okay, cool. So contact, if you're new to the drifting desk, you can subscribe to get my posts. Contact Lisa. Okay, here it is. Email me at lisa@thedriftingdesk.com. So there is her email address. Boom, I've got it. Okay, so now I've got Lisa's email address. All right, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So step 3 is I'm going to pitch Lisa, right? We want to pitch them. So what does that mean? Okay, so here's what we're trying to accomplish. So we know that this blog is sending traffic to our competitor's website, and they're one of the larger contributors of traffic to our competitor's website, right? We found contact information, ideally an email address. Now we're going to send them an email. So here's what we're going to do. Here's how I do it. First of all, you want to make sure you use a short subject line, something really crisp like an idea, follow up from Twitter, quick question. Some of you may have received an email from me before that just subject line is quick question. I like subject lines like that. You know, they're on point, they're authentic, but they're not overly informative. You know, you don't want your subject line to be request to have you write about my business, Acme Industries, right? No one's ever going to open that email. In the body of the email, I would recommend you use a one-liner. Hey, Melissa, do you ever accept guest posts? Thanks, Chris. That's it. Don't worry about pitching. Your main goal with this first email is just to get them to engage with you, just to get them to respond, okay? So that's the first thing I do, send them a one-liner. And I will just tell you a little anecdote here that I found by personal example that sending a one-line response will get a much higher response rate and get a much higher response rate to your pitch than first sending them a pitch, Okay, first sending them a pitch email. And what I mean by a pitch email is the next thing that happens. Once Melissa replies, now you're going to pitch your idea. Hey, Melissa, I really enjoyed this post, link to the post about your competitor, but felt like it missed a few things related to building your email list. I just finished an article that expands a bit more on the topic. Are you interested in publishing it? And then post a link to the article. So that's my pitch email. I'm pitching her on something I want her to do. But I don't send that email first. First, I send the quick one-line email to get her to engage. Once she engages, she's much more likely to actually respond to my pitch and accept it. Okay? So there you go. That was strategy 1. Okay, real quick, let's recap. So first thing I want to target bloggers who've written about your competitors. You're going to use some of these tools to identify sites that are referring a lot of traffic to your competitor's website. Then you're going to find their email. You can do that by finding it on the website or filling out a contact form. If that fails, you can tweet to them. If that fails, go to mailtester.com and guess. That probably works more than half the time. There are some of the tools I use for the job. Step 3, you're going to pitch them. You're going to start with a single one-line email just to get them to respond. That's relevant to your conversation. And then you're going to pitch them. A very short, crisp pitch. Okay. Awesome. So strategy number 2, my favorite strategy for building your email list. Personally, my favorite strategy for building your email list is to run a social contest. Now, yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. Have you ever run a social contest before? Yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. Can you please tell me now? Have you ever run a social contest before? Yes or no? Okay, a lot of yeses. Brianna, Katie, Sean, Megan, Bruce, all have run a social contest. Sharon, Pierre, Teresa, Walter, Alex have not. Okay, so lots of... Janine says yes through Heyo. Thank you, Janine. Okay, Nikki says yes, it's T-shirt Tuesday today. That is awesome. Okay, so mostly yeses, but a lot of no's. So when I say social contest, here's what I'm talking about. Check out my screen. We're talking about campaigns run primarily to your social media fans and followers with a goal of building your email list or generating engagement. So I'm talking about a sweepstakes like this one from Pro Audio Star, or a photo contest like this one, potentially, okay, from Performance Rock, where people can submit photos and get their friends and fans to vote on it, or a Refer a Friend contest like this one run by Firetainment. Firetainment, by the way, sounds very exciting. Very exciting. There's that Refer a Friend contest. Now, here's why this is my favorite strategy. Here's what we found through our work at Heyo. And these are the kinds of campaigns we run at Heyo. First of all, a sweepstakes is best for gathering new email leads. If you just want to get a lot of new emails, I would recommend running a sweepstakes contest. Here's why. A typical sweepstakes will convert at 20% or higher. 20% or higher. And that means that if you can get 100 people to look at your sweepstakes, 20 of them will enter their email address. That's a 20% conversion rate, okay? Photo contests are best at getting more people to engage. Well, what does that mean? Well, people can, first of all, they're taking pictures, they're submitting them, and they're getting a lot more people to actually see that contest through voting and sharing. So photo contests are usually best at getting more people to engage. They won't get as many email addresses, though. Here's the other interesting thing we found. Now, remember this. About 60% of contest entrants are coming from mobile on average. About 60% of contest entrants, that's across all of our customers, are coming from mobile on average. Okay, so that is what we found to be the case here at Heyo. Okay, so when you run these social contests, here's what can happen. Here are a couple of case studies for you. Amy at Mixed Bag Designs ran a giveaway. got 1,800 impressions, captured almost 600 emails. She had a 30% conversion rate. So for every 100 people who saw her contest, 30 entered their email address. She got 30 new emails for every 100 people that saw the page. That's pretty great. Milena, she is a social media consultant, like so many of you who are on the webinar today. Okay, and she ran a campaign for a small ski resort, 17,000 impressions, captured 4,500 email addresses. She also had a 30% conversion rate. Finally, here's a small business owner, Paul, who owns and runs Nicollet Island Inn. He had 1,242 impressions on his Valentine's Day sweepstakes, captured 716 emails. So for every 100 views he got 60 new emails. This is why, by the way, this is my favorite strategy for building your email list. This is why. Now, on to section 3. So are you guys with me? If you're with me, type go in the GoToWebinar questions. If you're with me, type go in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, lots of goes. Go, Captain, go, Ben says. Go, Vanessa says go, loving it. All right, great. You got it, Vanessa. Here we go. Okay, last section. How am I doing on time? We're about 20 minutes in. Okay, we're doing okay. Pushing one button that will double your email leads. Now, we're gonna make this a little interactive and fun. I'm not going to tell you what the one button is. That would be way too easy. I am going to show you a few screenshots. You got to watch my screen very carefully, and you tell me, what do you think the one button does to double your email leads? Okay, here we go. This is the one-man photo contest. This is the one-man photo contest on mobile. Here are the results. Remember how I said photo contests are best at generating engagement and shares? Here are his shares on Twitter. Here's Amy's giveaway. Here's Amy's Share the Love giveaway on mobile. Here are the results. We already talked about these. 30% conversion rate. Here's King Tut's Wawa Hut and their sweepstakes. It's a funny name, serious contest. Here's the King Tut's Wawa Hut sweepstakes to win tickets. Okay, here's their campaign on mobile. Here are the results. 4,600 impressions, over 2,600 emails. For every 100 views they got 57 new email addresses. 57.5% conversion rate. Okay, so tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, what do you think this one button does that doubles your email list? What do you think this one button does? Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, Brianna says submit, enter with a smiley face. Okay, it's a good guess, Brianna. They got to be able to enter the contest, right? Click to share. Nikki says share. Beth says sense of urgency. These are all really great. Okay, cool. All right, I'll give you one more big hint. Well, I'll just tell you. Here is the big hint. So 52% of Facebook users are only using Facebook from their mobile phones. That's what this says here on the slide on the left side, if you're watching my screen. Look at the center. 1.6 billion people are using Facebook from their mobile phone. 1.6 billion people are using Facebook from their mobile phone every month. 400 million people are using the Instagram mobile app every month. 40 minutes per day. The average Facebook user is spending 40 minutes per day on Facebook. Okay, boom, you guys got it. A bunch of you have said it. And Terry, you nailed it, mobile. So the one button that you can push to double the number of email leads you get is to make sure that you make your campaign mobile friendly. You click that mobile friendly button to make sure the campaign is mobile. Like I said, we're seeing our customers get over 60%, on average, over 60% of their contest entrants from mobile. It's a big number. Another way of putting this is if you're not mobile, you're missing out on half of your leads. You're only going to get half as many new email addresses. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Nikki says, I just screenshot this for my boss. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad, Nikki. Mobile is critical. If your website's not mobile responsive, you got problems. Trust me. And your contest landing pages absolutely better be mobile responsive. Now, would you like to see how you can do this? Would you like to see how you can do this? We're about 25 minutes in. I said, let's take 35 minutes. So we got 10 minutes. I could do a quick demo for you if you'd like me to do this. Just type demo in the GoToWebinar Questions, DEMO in the GoToWebinar Questions panel if you want me to quickly demo how to make your campaign mobile friendly. If not, type in skip. And if you say skip, that's okay. Okay, lots of demos. Okay. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Thank you, Igor. I don't know where this Captain thing came from. Well, it came from Ben. That's where it came from, but I kind of like it. All right, let's do it. Let's do this. This is going to be fun. All right, so here's what I'd like to do, folks. I would like to use one of your businesses for the demo. So can you comment in the GoToWebinar Questions with your URL to your website? I would love to use one of your actual businesses for my demo. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be great. Go ahead and share your URL to your website. Oh man, look at all this. This is great. Holy cow. Some really cool businesses here. All right, I'm just pulling a few of these up so we can have a look. We've got browngirldecorations.nl from Nelly in the Netherlands. We've got Trojan Press Inc. from Alex. Alex, is that a publishing company? Girly Girl Originals from Nikki. This is very, very cute. Got lots of great, you guys are awesome. These are some pretty cool businesses. We have an incredible audience at Heyo. We have an incredible audience. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Just for the sake, I would love to be able to do all these. I can't. So I am going to see if I can pull someone live here to say hello. Man, there are a lot of people on the webinar. It's kind of hard for me to find everybody's names on the list. Oh no, I passed it. Okay, let me see if I can say hi to Sharon real quick. I don't know if Sharon has their microphone connected. Sharon, it's Chris. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sharon, how are you, my friend?
I'm fine. Thank you for picking me.
You're welcome. Look, boom. This is you, right? Charms to Treasure?
Yes, this is me.
So tell us about Charms to Treasure. This is really cute.
So Charms to Treasure is a jewelry store. We specialize in selling charms for charm bracelet, but we do sell many other jewelry pieces. We've got almost 80,000 products on the website.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And where are you based, Sharon?
I'm in Israel currently, but the business is the USA business. We sell only in the USA.
Got it. Okay, but based in Israel, so it's kind of late there for you. It's your evening.
Yes, 9:30 p.m. Yeah.
You're very committed. I respect that, Sharon. This is great.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So can I use Charms to Treasure for my demo? Is that okay?
Yes, I would love to.
All right, let's do it. Now, you don't have to say anything, but I'm going to go ahead and leave you unmuted if that's okay, just so I can ask you questions as I go. Does that sound good?
Sound good.
Okay, let's do that. All right, folks, so here we go. We're going to build Sharon a little sweepstakes. So watch my screen very carefully. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously I know our platform Heyo best. I'm going to use this to teach you how to do a campaign and make it mobile friendly. So first, I'm in the Heyo dashboard. I'm just going to click Create a Campaign. And we're going to call this our Spring Sweepstakes. Save and continue. Boom. I've got a few options I can pick here. I'm going to click Run Social Contest. Now watch what happens here on the right-hand side. I'm going to click Run a Social Contest. I have some options that open up, and we're going to grab this sweepstakes template. So I'm going to select that. Boom, there's the sweepstakes template. Down here at the bottom right, I'm going to click Save and Start Editing. and I am already into the Heyo Composer. So you'll notice here that as I mouse over different parts of the campaign landing page, they highlight. And so I'm going to simply click on each one and update it so it's ready to go. So first things first, Sharon, we got to get your logo here. So I'm going to click the logo. I've got some options here to update it on the right-hand side. Now, I'm moving relatively quickly here, folks, so make sure you watch carefully and stay with me. Remember, I'm recording the webinar, so don't stress out if you miss something. Just watch carefully. So I'm going to go back to Sharon's website. No, that's not it. Let me close those up. There we go. Now, he's got a lovely logo right here. I'm going to right-click it. I'm going to copy image address, and I'm just going to paste that right here into this field, and there's the logo. Looks great. That's a very nice looking logo, Sharon.
Thank you.
All right, so there's Sharon's logo. Okay, next one is the contest countdown. Now, I highly recommend keeping that at around a week to 10 days for a sweepstakes. And you can see we've already got it set to 10 days here, so just leave that as is. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, next one right down is the entry form. Now here, let me ask you guys quickly, in the GoToWebinar questions, who do you use for email marketing? What platform do you use for email marketing? Do you use MailChimp? Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. Do you use MailChimp? Do you use Aweber? Let me know in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, we've got, let's see, a lot of MailChimps, not surprisingly. Tim says Aweber. Nikki says Constant Contact. Amanda says Fishbowl. Amanda, are you making that up? I've never heard of Fishbowl before. Ben says MailChimp Captain. All right, Ben. You got it, Sailor. Send in Blue, another MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, Mad Mimi, Get Response. Okay, cool. So for the most part, I think we have you guys covered. So basically, I'm back here to building the campaign. When I click on that little entry form, I can select from a number of email marketing platforms, all the big ones: Get Response, Aweber, MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, Infusionsoft, Entreport, Mad Mimi, etc. I can select my service here and connect to my account. So every time a new entry comes in, it gets put right into my email marketing account, which is awesome. If you don't have one of these, that's okay. You just select downloadable CSV file at the bottom of the list. Heyo will save those leads for you, okay? I can add fields here if I want. So let's say that Sharon would like to collect first name as well as email address. So I'm going to add a field for first name. I can move this. I want that to be first and then email address to be second. I wouldn't put any more than name and address personally, unless you really, really have to. I wouldn't put more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and save changes at the bottom right. Awesome. Now at the bottom here, I've got some share options. Now these are really important, okay? The more your entrants can like and share and tweet about your contest, the better. So I'm going to click this. I've got some options here. Facebook page to like. I'm going to go back to Sharon's website, see if I can find a Facebook link maybe. Sharon, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, it's just Facebook-Charms to Treasure.
Okay, perfect. Let's just do that. So all I would do is right here, put in boom, just like that. The URL to share, I'm going to leave blank. There's a little note here explaining that if you leave this blank, Heyo will automatically default to sharing your contest page, which you want. And then the share and tweet text you want to update. You want to say, I just entered to win this lovely charm. Check it out. All right, boom, save changes. All right, now this is maybe the most important thing. You want a nice big hero image here that communicates your prize and a call to action. I'm going to click that image. Now is the fun part, Sharon. We're going to go to your website. Look at all this cool stuff. Oh yeah, Mother's Day is coming up next month,
exactly.
Right?
You're talking. I'm sorry, you're talking, and I'm thinking about the Mother's Day charm bracelet giveaway that I can do.
I'll tell you a little secret. Here's a little insider tip for everybody on for you, Sharon, and everybody on the webinar. Any prize or contest you can run that ties to something timely, like a holiday or a major trend or a big news item or something, that just, I think, helps lift the success of the campaign even a little bit more than normal. Valentine's Day giveaways, Mother's Day giveaways, Memorial Day, you know, all these, I'm naming major holidays here in the US, but wherever you are, whatever holidays you've got, those are absolutely great, ways to tie, or great things to tie into your campaign. So, okay, I just went ahead and copied that image. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and paste it here. Okay, it's a little grainy because it's smaller, but you know, you get the idea, right? So basically, you want to find an image that communicates your prize, and you want to paste that in. Okay, and then finally, we've got this text area right below the image, and we can put in some marketing copy, or we can put in some rules if we've got some rules or some terms we want to put in. So I'm going to drop in some quick marketing copy here as well. And now this is a full text editor, so I can make this text bigger if I want to. Let's make that even bigger. Cool. I've got some nice different font options here. I want this to stand out more, so I'm going to go ahead and change the color of that text. Let's make it like a, this is going to be a very colorful, there we go, very colorful contest page. Go ahead and save my changes. So we'll just pretend the gray text there are my rules. Okay, so Sharon, how are we doing? This doesn't look so bad, does it?
I love it.
It looks great. Okay, so I'm going to click Save and Preview at the bottom right. Now I'm in my preview step. Let me just shrink this down a bit. Now is my chance. I can kind of look this page over, and here's where people can interact with, and I can like the Facebook page as I'm entering. Here's where I can enter my name and email address. Okay, perfect. Now I can choose where I want to publish my campaign, and here's the big moment, Sharon, right? We talked about making your campaign mobile, right? And that's, if your campaign is mobile responsive, you're going to easily double the number of email leads that you get, because many more leads are going to come in via mobile. So check this out, Sharon. You watching my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here it is. 3, 2, 1. So we built your campaign, but this is what you want. You want it to automatically create a very clean, very nice, very simple mobile version of the campaign. What do you think?
That's great. So easy.
It is. It is really easy. I hope you guys feel like that. I sometimes worry because I know these tools so well that I'm going to make, they're like, oh, Chris is just making it look easy. Actually, it's very simple. I mean, I don't even know. This is the first time I've ever met Sharon. I didn't even know about his cool business. Here it is. But this is really, really cool. Okay, so now it's time to publish. I can choose. I can publish it to Facebook too. I'm going to uncheck that. I'm just going to publish it to mobile and web. And I'm going to go ahead and click publish. And what happens is Heya will publish this. Heya will publish this to a standalone web landing page in mobile version as well. And it creates a smart URL. And here's what's great about that, Sharon. So I'm just going to copy this. And all I have to do is click on this link. And Heya knows what kind of device I'm on. And it takes me to the right version of the campaign. So that is the link you want to use to promote the campaign. It's that simple. It's that simple. And it looks great. Man, Sharon, this is very cool. Thank you so much for letting me use your business for our demo.
Thank you.
You bet. So I might unmute you a little later to say hi again. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. You got it. All right. Thanks so much, Sharon. Okay, so folks, there you go. Boom. That was a quick demo of how to actually make a campaign quickly and get it mobile friendly. It's not hard to do. It is not hard to do. And Lucia, that's correct. You use that URL to promote the campaign. So far we've learned, let's just recap real quick, how to steal your competitor's list in a totally open and honest way. You've learned my personal favorite strategy for building your email list, and I showed you the one button that can actually double your new email leads. Now make sure you stay tuned for live Q&A. I want to take and answer whatever questions you guys have about this webinar or growing your email list. But first, another piece of feedback, yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. Have you learned at least 2 new things from this webinar today? Yes or no in the GoToWebinar questions. Have you learned at least 2 new things? You can be brutal. You can be brutal. That's okay. Okay, I'm seeing lots of yeses. This is awesome. Brianna, Lucia, Tim, Ben, Sharon, Sharon, Jeremy, yes, yes, yes. Ricardo says yes, 3 things. Awesome. Amanda, I learned 3 new things. Thanks, Chris. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, great. I'm so glad. Beth says, yes, had no idea about SimilarWeb. So are you interested, again, yes or no? Are you interested in learning about Heyo pricing? If so, type bonus in the GoToWebinar questions. So look, the strategies I'm teaching you today, especially running a social contest, you can do with, there are lots of great platforms out there, but this is also what Heyo does. And I have put together a very cool offer for you guys today, a little bonus offer. So if you're interested in just hearing about our pricing, I would be glad to share it with you if you want to. If you want to. Okay, awesome. Bonus, bonus, bonus. Awesome. Gail says, I'm sitting down, so go ahead. Gail, let me tell you something. I think you're going to be surprised. This is not going to be so bad. Okay, I'll share this with you. I'll try to be quick. Here's what's included, first of all, with every Heyo package. You can launch up to 3 campaigns at a time. You can access the photo and video contest templates. We looked at those. You can access giveaway and sweepstakes template, which we looked at as well. That's, again, that's the best template for capturing a lot of email addresses. You've got access to lead generation templates as well. If you want to give away a free download or some other offer, you can do that too. Direct email marketing integrations, we talked about those with MailChimp, Aweber, and many others. The most important thing probably, you've got mobile versions of every campaign template so you can capture mobile leads. Remember, you're missing out on half your leads if it's not mobile. It's designed for beginners. I hope you guys saw that come through in my little demo with Sharon, right? It's a pretty simple user interface. There's really no need to code at all. You can do it yourself. It's all drag and drop. This is an approved application that integrates directly with Facebook. If you really want to publish your campaigns to a Facebook app, Heyo can do that. It's very simple. And then finally, they come with super responsive customer support. Super responsive customer support. Now, as a bonus for attending this webinar, if you buy right now, here is what you get. Here is what you get. We will, first of all, I'm leading out strong, we will feature your business in a blog post. The Heyo blog is a fantastic site. It's very well trafficked. We've got tens of thousands of readers every month. We've got several thousand people who subscribe to the blog via email. And every time we write a new post, they all get a direct, dedicated email about it. So we'll feature your business in a blog post. You've got access to my live training called How to Run a Successful Contest. So I'm running a live training next week just for anyone who buys on this webinar today. And I'm going to personally show you how to run and teach you how to run a successful contest. There are a lot more best practices I can teach you than I've got no time to share them all with you today, right? I've done the best I can. But I'm going to take all that time next week to share it with you if you buy today. Our PDF guide called Picking the Right Prize, that includes 11 high converting prize ideas that you can copy. This is a question we get a lot. What should I give away as my prize for my campaign? Well, we're going to do that too. Access to our invite-only Mastermind Group on Facebook. This is a great resource. It's a community of other Heyo users and experts that you can only get access to in this special way. You can get a downloadable PDF of this information-packed slide deck, a free ebook called The Secret to Stunning Visual Content. It's a very cool ebook that Art Brooks, my team member, put together. And it teaches you how to create visual content that really appeals to the human mind. And this is a really big deal in social media right now, right? Because all these platforms, Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, they're all, even LinkedIn, everything's getting much more visual. It's all about pictures and video. So learning how to create the right kind of imagery to appeal to your fans is really important. And then finally, a free 30-minute video course called How to Discover Content the Newsfeed Loves. The only other way to get this is to go to a separate website and pay $99 to get it. But it's a 30-minute video course called How to Discover Content the Newsfeed Loves. So here are all the bonuses on the right. Now, here's what's great. I've never done this before. I've given great bonuses away before on occasion. We usually require an annual commitment. Normally, I would say, okay, guys, if you want these bonuses, go to this website and it's $300 for the full year. But today we're trying something totally different and we may never do it again. It's only $30 a month. You can sign up for a monthly plan, $30 a month. And if you do that today, you'll get all these great bonuses. the blog post written about your business, the free live training, all the PDF guides, all the video training that I'm promising. You just go to heyo.com/30. heyo.com/30. Okay. So that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Only $30 a month. So I want you guys to feel really comfortable. This offer comes with a risk-free 30-day guarantee. At any time during the first 30 days, if you're not happy, you can cancel and we'll give you your $30 back. It's no problem at all. I want you guys to feel really comfortable diving in and taking advantage of this. Okay. So here it is. I've got to limit this because of the free blog post and because of the free training. Those cost us money to implement. So I can do this for the first 10 people. heyo.com/30. It's just $30 a month. You'll be on a monthly plan that you can cancel at any time. So if you've got any questions at all, feel free to punch it in. Jeremy says, beyond the 30 days, what is the commitment? Jeremy, there's no commitment really. This is just a $30 a month plan that you can cancel at any time. At any time. Wesley says, the three different campaigns can be to 3 different URLs or businesses. Yes, Wesley, the answer is yes. Those 3 campaigns can be to any businesses at all that you want. They can be published to 3 different Facebook pages. It's no problem at all. No problem at all. Somebody asked the question, Andrew says, I have 20 e-commerce sites. Can I use one Heyo account for all? Andrew, you can. You're going to have to use a different account than this one, so email me. Email me. In fact, just use the email address you see on screen, support@heyo.com, and we'll hook you up and we'll get you taken care of. Okay, cool. So I'm going to leave this here so you guys can think about it. And again, this is only available right now while the webinar is live. I can't offer these bonuses for too long because, again, we've only got 10 of them. But in the meantime, I want to hear whatever questions that you guys have for me. What questions do you have? If you've got any questions at all about this offer, if you've got questions about, let's see, what else? If you've got questions about Facebook or Twitter or social media marketing in general, go ahead and put them in the GoToWebinar questions. I want to know. If you've got questions about how to run a successful contest, I would love to field them now. Nikki says, what if this has to be run by my boss first? Is there another offer later? I can't hold this offer now, Nikki. Email me at support@heyo.com and we'll see what we can do for you. We'll see what we can do for you. Okay. Again, it's heyo.com/30. Okay. Christina says, do you also have a template for Instagram contests? Okay, great question. Great question. We do have several integrations with Instagram. Integrations with Instagram, Christina. So for example, if you were to run a photo contest, let's look at that now. So let's create a social contest. Let's go to photo contest just so I can show you. Our photo contest integrates with Instagram. So basically, anybody who enters can enter a photo from Instagram directly to the photo contest. That's a really nice integration. It's a really nice integration. Okay, let me just see real quick. Let me sign out of Heyo real fast. I'm seeing some people say, oh, the link's not working. Let's make sure the link is working and we'll do it together. So just watch my screen. So it's heyo.com/30. You should see this page. Okay, there's the pay monthly option. Maybe that's what's throwing some of you off. You have to select pay monthly down here at the bottom. Make sure you're clicking pay monthly. You guys see that? And then you should just be able to complete this form and enter. Mike, does that help you? And if not, let me know what kind of problem you're running into. Okay, awesome. So go ahead and let me know what other questions you've got directly in the GoToWebinar questions. Directly in the GoToWebinar questions. In the meantime, I want to see if I can say hi to a couple of folks. I'm going to see if I can say hi to Vanessa real quick. Vanessa, I can't remember where Vanessa's joining us from. Hey, Vanessa, I've unmuted you. Are you there? Hey, Vanessa, it's Chris. I've unmuted you. Are you there? Oh, she doesn't have a mic. That's okay, Vanessa. No problem at all. No problem at all. Let me see if I can say hi to one or two other folks. Okay, let me see if I can say hi to Wesley real quick. Wesley is joining us as well. Hey, Wesley, I've unmuted you. Are you there? Hey, Wesley, it's Chris. Are you there? Oh, it doesn't sound like Wesley's mic is working either. No problem. I'm just going to keep trying. I want to say hi to a few more folks. Let me see if I can say hi to Ari. Ari has joined us as well. Ari, I've unmuted you. Ari, third time's a charm. Ari, are you there? Hey, Ari, are you there? I've unmuted you. Do you have a microphone connected? Ari says 1 sec for a mic. No problem. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I've got any other questions. Okay, Susie says, if you're an affiliate for various merchants and use their products and links on your site, can this contest system work? Yeah, absolutely. As long as you've got a prize you can give away, you can collect emails and drive engagement. That is not a problem at all. That is not a problem at all. All right, so let's see. Okay, I'm looking for questions now. Ari, let me know if you do get your microphone connected. I'd love to say hi. I'm looking for questions now. Okay. Okay, Wolfgang asked the question, how do you attract so many people to your contest? Okay, Wolfgang, in the examples I shared, for the most part, that's all organic traffic. So people are promoting the contests to their own organic audience. Okay, they're promoting the contest to their own audience. So those are social media followers. Those are people on their email list. Those are people who are traffic from their website. So there are a number of places where they're getting they're getting that traffic, right? Often they are also investing smartly in well-targeted Facebook ads. Facebook ads seems to be, in terms of paid advertising, the preferred method when running this kind of contest. So that hopefully is a good answer to your question. All right, we're going to try Ari one more time. See if I can try Ari one more time and say hello. Hey, okay, I've tried. Ari, I've unmuted you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Ari, there you are. Awesome.
Yeah,
Ari,
okay.
Ari, what did you think of the content on the webinar today?
I liked it a lot, but if you're allowed to be 100% transparent, as far as from my use case, I didn't learn much, but it was definitely fun listening to you.
Now, well, good. Well, now you've also grabbed this offer, Ari. Tell me why you decided to do that.
Because just a second, some noise here. Yeah, because I'll definitely find a use for the tool.
Awesome.
I like the UI and everything. Just one feature that I keep mentioning that's missing is being able to generate unique promo codes, one-time use codes.
Oh yeah.
Let's say you want to have people subscribe, and it drips out one coupon at a time. Like
a single-use promo code. Yeah.
Like you upload a CSV from the backend, sort of, and it spits out one at a time, so that to avoid publicizing the promo or people sharing it, like that type of thing.
Got it. Well, cool. That's good feedback, Ari. We've gotten that request before.
That's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing missing for
awesome.
Because I have a couple of websites to use it, and I've just ran the other week a contest, but I had to use a different tool.
Got it.
Because the need of this feature, but I didn't have the countdown and all the nice stuff, so it wasn't
awesome.
an ugly contest, but.
Well, we don't want ugly contests, right? We want to make it easy for you to create beautiful contests. So
it's like software is like a person. You need to have the right combination of beauty and functionality. You know?
I like that a lot, Ari. That's great. Well, thanks again for joining the Heyo family, and thanks for joining this webinar. It's been great to have you on.
Sure. One more thing, by the way.
Sure.
For multiple businesses, is one account enough, and do you get multiple blog posts, or that's already asking for too much?
Only one blog post, unfortunately. Just, there's a hard cost for us doing that, so we can do. Yeah. You'll have to pick one, unfortunately, Ari, for the blog post.
Yeah.
You can use this account for multiple businesses. That's not a problem at all. You can publish to as many pages and businesses as you'd like. So, awesome. Thanks for joining us, Ari. All right, let me take a few more questions. Okay, Jeremy says, is MailChimp or similar an absolute prerequisite? My impression is that they are expensive. So Jeremy, no, it's not a prerequisite, but I would highly recommend having an email marketing tool. MailChimp actually has a free plan that lets you have up to 2,000 contacts. And there are other tools like MadMimi that also offer a free plan. So there are free email marketing solutions out there, Jeremy. I'd highly recommend looking into. Highly recommend looking into. Okay, cool. Let me look at a few more questions here. By the way, if you asked a question earlier, feel free to ask it again in the GoToWebinar Questions. I don't mind a bit, and it just helps me stay focused. So feel free to do that. All right, cool. Okay, Christina says, just checking out my competitor's site on SimilarWeb. How can I find the page that links to the competitor from the top referring site? So there are lots of tools you can use to do this. I do like SimilarWeb. Let me show you how to do that. So I click on SimilarWeb. Let me grab that address for Batchbook again, since that was the example I used. Christina. Let me go back here. So I'm going to paste that in, click search. I'm going to scroll back down to referrals, top referring sites. And I mean, how I do it is I simply mouse over, I let it populate. And if I need to, I search for it. But I can see this one was called the Drifting Desk, and I just searched for the Drifting Desk. This one actually says CIO.com. This one's called Mad Office. So this one's called Mad Office. Oh, there we go. You can also just click on it and it will tell you the details. So let me go back. One more time, Christina. I'll click on the Drifting Desk here from within SimilarWeb, and I can see it's thedriftingdesk.com. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, Chris asks, what is the desktop clock you're using? Okay, Chris, I'm not sure I understand the question. If it's this thing here, this is part of Heyo. You get this included when you sign up at heyo.com/30. By the way, holy cow, I better check our countdown because I'm going to give away the farm here if I'm not careful. Let's see how many. Okay, all right, folks. We've had a bunch of signups. We have 3 of these left. We only have 3 of these left, so I'm just going to update that real quick. Boom. Okay, there we go. Again, it's heyo.com/30. Okay, let me take some more questions. Okay, Mike asks a great question. He says, okay, with my first strategy, which was identifying the sites driving traffic to your competitor and taking the traffic from them, basically. He says, what about anti-spam laws with your first part of the program where you're contacting other people? There's no problem with that, Mike. Spam is a one-to-many problem, right? Spam, for the most part, is a one-to-many problem. Like, I send one email to 1,000 people, and it's only spam if they didn't request it. When I go to the Drifting Desk, let me just go back to that. When I go to thedriftingdesk.com, now watch my screen real quick, Mike, and I click on, contact, and I actually get Lisa's email address from her contact page, that's not spam. She's providing me with her email address right here. So I'm not asking you to do anything like really surreptitious, but this is a personal email. This is not commercial email. The idea is you're reaching out to them to ask a question, see if they're interested in having you, for instance, write a blog post for them. So I've never had a spam issue doing this. Okay, Tanya says, do you have links to these webinar replays on the HEO site? Tanya, I'm recording this webinar and I will send out the recording first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, let's see. I want to say hi to Sharon again. Sharon was awesome and let us use this cool charm website. So let me see if I can say hi to Sharon one more time. Hey, Sharon, I've unmuted you. Are you still there?
Still here.
Awesome. Sharon, welcome to the HEO family, my friend.
Thank you. The truth is, it's the second time I'm trying. I think I signed up a few months or maybe years ago and never gave it real chance. After you showing, what's going on right now, how easy it is, I have to take it, to try
Awesome.
it. So.
Oh, that's good. Well, you know what? It makes me happy because you got some really good bonuses for doing that today too, which is awesome. And I tell you what, next week we're going to do that training session just for folks like you who bought on the webinar today. And you're going to get an even deeper dive on how to do this. And I think you'll be really, really in good shape. So that's great. That's great.
So I hope that next week you can show a live version of, that's my goal. So next week I have something that you can.
Of your campaign, you mean? You're going to live version
yes,
of your exactly. Dude. Okay, the gauntlet's been thrown down. Goal. I like it, Sharon. I like it. Okay, cool. So on the webinar next week, you're going to get the invite. We'll want to show a live version of the campaign you created. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. We'll have the whole life cycle. Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining, Sharon. And again, welcome to the HEO family. All right. Going to go back to questions. So again, I see a lot of questions about the replay. Yes, I'll be sending the replay out to everyone who's on the webinar today. That is no problem at all. Everyone who bought, you're going to get an email with all the bonuses. Do not worry. We will take care of you. All right, let's see what else we got here. Folks, do you have any other questions for me? Any other questions for me? If so, please let me know in the GoToWebinar questions. Jacques asked the question, is the mobile version editable? So Jacques, yeah, the mobile is the same as the web version. So when you're in the editor like this and you edit these components, they will edit on the mobile version as well. It's very, very simple. No problem at all. Okay, a request from Tanya. Vanessa, I see your question. I'm going to get to it here in a moment. A request from Tanya. I better check our count too. Can you go over the bonuses again? Absolutely, Tanya. So here are the bonuses you get if you buy today. Remember, it's just $30 a month. You can cancel anytime. First of all, we're going to feature your business in a blog post on the HEO blog at blog.heo.com. Next, you're going to be able to join my live contest training next week, just for HEO customers, just for you guys who are buying on the webinar today. I'm going to walk you through best practices and tactics for running a social contest. You're going to get our PDF guide, which is a guide on picking the right prize for your campaign. It's really helpful, and it contains 11 high-converting prize ideas. You're going to get access to our invite-only Mastermind Group on Facebook. This is a private Facebook group you can only access by invitation. We're going to invite you if you buy today. You've got access to some of our best and most knowledgeable customers in that group. It's really, really great. It's almost like having another support channel for advice and help, which is great. Let's see, what else we got? Today's complete slide deck. We're going to give you not only the recording, but all the written slides as well. So you can peruse them and take notes, do whatever you need to do, print them out and give them to your team, whatever you need to do. A free ebook called The Secret to Stunning Visual Content by Brooks, which is extremely questioned. And a free 30-minute video course on finding content the newsfeed loves. This is a great course, a great video. It's I found it to be extremely helpful in identifying the right kind of content to share on social media. So there you go. Tanya, those are the bonuses. I just went over them again. Amanda, thanks so much for joining. What other questions do you have, folks? What other questions do you have before we sign off? We're just about out of time here. You guys have been awesome. Absolutely awesome. Oh my gosh, I have to check our countdown. I have to update our countdown. Okay, just one left, folks. If you're in the process of checking out, that's okay. If you're in the process of checking out, that's okay. But if not, we've only got one left. I can only do one more of these. Okay, Crystal asked a question. When I went to SimilarWeb and put in my own website address, it says not enough data available. Yeah, so Crystal, sometimes if a site doesn't have much traffic, they can't pull a good amount of data for you. Sometimes they can't pull a good amount of data for you. So that is sometimes the case. But again, you might just have to look for bigger competitors if you're running into that problem. You might just have to look for a bigger competitor. All right, folks, I think we've taken care of everyone. If not, then please let me know your questions in the GoToWebinar Questions panel, and I will take them now. I'm going to see if I can say hi real quick to one more person. I want to see if I can say hi to Tanya real quick. So Tanya, I have unmuted you. Are you there? Hey, Tanya, can you hear me? Okay, it may be that Tanya's microphone is not connected. That's okay. All right, folks. Well, I just want to, again, I'm going to stay on the webinar for a few more minutes to take any questions you've got, but I think my vocal cords have had enough. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now on the audio and just say thank you so much for joining me. This has been a really fun webinar. Welcome to everybody who's joined the Heyo family. And by the way, if you're still checking out, that's okay. We will honor your bonuses. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. So the bonuses are only available for a few more minutes at heyo.com/30, heyo.com/30. And if you guys have any other questions at all that we weren't able to answer for you, you can see on my screen right now the email address support@heyo.com. Feel free to send us an email and we can answer those questions for you. So again, thanks for joining me and we will see you next time.